everybody, I'm Julia and welcome back to my garden. Today we are here on my deck. We've been here in some past videos. We worked on the deck beds last year and I haven't quite cleaned them up yet, but it's almost time. Today we are going to be filling my deck boxes and hopefully the containers on my front porch with some spring plants. I did this last year. I filled them with pansies, so I will link that video here. And then later in the year, we filled them up with some pretty pink flowers, so I will also link that video here. I am in Vermont in zone 5 and it is still getting below freezing here most nights. So I need some hardy plants I can put in here and I didn't want to spend a ton of money. So most of these plants I'm putting in, I grew from seed. I have pansies in particular in these boxes. I'm putting in Johnny Jump Ups. I have sweet alyssum that I grew from seed. And I have some lettuce. I have some fun red lettuce that I grew from seed. And then I did buy, there was an open house at a local nursery and I do love to support my local nursery. So I got some blue lobelia. And then I did have my kids bring me some bendy branches that had fallen from our willow trees. And so I'm actually gonna try to incorporate those as well. So that's what we're doing on the deck here. And then after we do the deck, probably later on in the day, because there's some things I gotta do, we will tackle the front porch boxes. So I'll talk about that when we get there. I do have a helper here. So this is one of my daughters and she loves to garden. She's a garden girl. So she's gonna be helping me plant, at least back here. I think we're gonna start by putting the branches in and create a structure and then we'll put the plants in. I did forget to mention, I actually already prepped the boxes. So they had plants in them last year. I hadn't cleaned out the soil. I had stuck some evergreen branches and stuff. I'll try to put a picture here because I don't think I brought you along for that. But I stuck some winter stuff in there. That's been out for a little bit, but that was there for winter. And so I cleared the old potting soil out and then I put in new potting soil. So we'll see. Sometimes these are really shallow boxes. So it may be that I need to clean them out again before I put the summer plants in, or I may not. Ideally I wouldn't, but yeah, that's where we are. It's got new soil and ready to go. My children are watching a live wildlife show. I placed the plants and I'm gonna start planting them. They're kind of, I've got, I think 4 of the Johnny Jump Up pansies in each box. 3 alyssums, I think. I have a combination of purple and white alyssums. I have 1 lettuce in each box. And what else do I have? 2 lobelias. 2 lobelias, I think that's it. And it's a sky blue lobelia I got from a local nursery. So I'm gonna go ahead and get planting. I did finish the planting and watered everything, and then I had to run off to do lunch and piano lesson with my kids. So we're back. It's a lot later, so the sun probably looks different. It's in my eye. But we finished the planting over here, and I think it looks so sweet. I'm really excited about how the branches turned out and everything. I'll be keeping my eye on it. We do get some wind, and so I'm hoping the branches hold up. I just stuck them down in the soil. It might be easier to plant first and put the branches in later, but I just wanted to have like that structure, and I think I liked how it turned out. They're not all exactly even. There's some places where the plants might be a little bit more bunched together and some places where they're more bare, but all these plants will grow, and so it should fill in and just kind of be a pretty spring bountiful container, I guess. I also wanted to note that we did have some bees out, and I was really excited to see them. Some really gentle, I'm assuming like some solitary bees. I don't think the honey bees are out yet, and I haven't seen bumblebees yet. The weather is just starting to shift. This time last week it was snowing. And so yeah, we got, I think, a foot of snow last week in April. I was not happy about it, but the forecast looks like it's on a warming trend now. It's almost 70 today. It was in the 60s yesterday. It is absolutely beautiful. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of our pollinator friends coming out. Now we're gonna move to the other side of the house in the shade, and we're gonna switch out my front porch containers. Here I am on my front porch. I've done some videos here before. I will have them linked here. And these are my containers. And I did have them set up for winter. So this is actually, I made some balls out of grapevines a couple years ago. And then it just has some, I think this is fir that we cut from the bottom of our Christmas tree. And I got some cedar. And then these are just some dried hydrangea heads that I cut from my garden. So it was a really simple arrangement. I did have fairy lights on the balls, but they stopped working, so I don't know if the battery's dead. They were good for most of the winter. We're into April now. I think I set them up in November, December, and now they're just tired, right? And winter's over, so we're ready for spring. I have some plants down here that I'm going to put into the containers. I have some frizzle sizzle pansies that I grew from seed, along with some sweet alyssum, just like on the porch, and also the same red lettuce that's in the deck containers. My thought is that I'm going to actually keep the balls for right now. I'm going to take the fairy lights off because they're not working, but the rest of it I'm gonna get rid of. It'll probably go in like a compost pile. I might chip some of it later. Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of that, clean that out, and then we'll check on the soil in here and probably just top it off as needed, and then we can get to planting. Let's do it. Well, friends, my deck and front porch containers are done. I feel really good about it. I'm really excited for this garden season. I'm excited for it not to be winter anymore. One of the things I love about this particular arrangement is that all of these plants I grew from seed, and you can get these seeds relatively cheaply. You can find pansy or violet seeds, lettuce, and alyssum, and they're all relatively easy to grow. They just take some time, especially the pansies take time to get to flower, so I did start these in January. And all of these are pretty cold hardy as well and frost tolerant. They've been hardening off with days in the 30s. As long as it was above freezing, I stuck them outside. They can handle a frost, but they need to be a little bit more established. So at nights where we'll be dropping below, I will try to cover them with some fabric just to make sure. But yeah, again, they're all pretty cold hardy once they're established in there. If you had like a fall container, for example, and they were had a little bit more time to root in and everything, be perfectly fine once you got a frost. So, but I think these are a really nice spring look. So I'm gonna have them in here for spring, and then sometime probably end of May or into June, I will swap them out for some summer plants. I made a huge mess over here, and it is very wet, so it's not going to be easy to clean up. So I will wait until it dries up, probably tomorrow, and then I will clean it up and give you the full view then. So enjoy that view. And until next time, happy gardening.